Hello, welcome to week 38 of Project 52, where we produce 52 tracks in 1 year throughout the year 2025. Last week we made a remix of a viewer Andy's track, and this week we are back to making a original idea. I have already started the idea a bit, and I'm hoping this week we can keep things very simple, which is usually kind of hard for me. That's kind of this week's challenge. I'll try to produce the whole of the track in this one session that we are starting right now, so I hope you are comfortable. Thank you for joining in. Let's jump straight to it. As always, I start by just playing you the whole idea as it is so far, after which I'll show you the individual elements that we have in the project. There are not that many of them. After that, we'll jump back into production and try to do the rest of the track. Here's the idea so far. I hope you enjoy. I don't know what it is about this week's track, but I really like it. It's very different to the other tracks that we've done so far, so I'll try to keep it that way. As you heard, it's kind of like a hip-hop beat. I don't know what the genre is, but the core idea is this piano loop. And I'll show you that in more detail in just a second, but that's what I started the idea with, and then I just started building the drums and all the other instruments. And speaking of drums, I'll show them to you first. I was kind of lazy with this week's track, as for the drums at least. This is actually a ready-made drum loop that I just separated into the kick, the snare, and the hi-hat. It's actually almost the same beat as well. So it's like pretty much the same. So just as a comparison, here are the drums that we have. The only difference is that because I have cut them in a way that there are like empty spaces in between the hits, we don't have the ambience, and it's almost like it's been ran through a gate effect. I think gives it a bit tighter sound, and it works better. It's like drier than the original sound, which I like. There you actually heard the drums already, but I'll just very quickly show you all the individual samples that we have. So we have the kick drum, the snare, and the hi-hat. And I just heard that the hi-hat for some reason has a lot of low end in some of the hits. So let's, oh jeez. So let's just get rid of that quickly. Alright, and on top of those we have one more sample in the second half of the idea so far, and it's like just this. It's hard to even hear it in the full mix. It's so quiet, but it just adds something. I'm not sure what it is, but with the other drums, it's kind of nice. Alright, then we have the bass. This is the most basic bass that I have. I always say this. Each week I say that this is the most basic bass that you can make. But I guess what it is about bass is that you don't have to worry about all the higher frequencies, and you can just nail the few harmonics that you have in the low end. So I guess that's what makes it a lot easier than making like full synths and stuff like that, which I'm not very good at doing, and that's why I use Analog Lab all the time. But for basses, it's pretty easy to do them yourself, because you just have to figure out the few first harmonics that you want, and like that's it. It sounds like this. And it sounds so odd with the sidechain compression, so with the drum. Then in the leads group we have first the actual piano sound that I used to create the audio loop here. The reason I made it into an audio loop is that we had some reverb in the piano, and I didn't want it to continue to the, like from the first bar into the second bar. So I wanted the sound to just loop the same way. And if I have some reverb, it's gonna bleed into the next bar, if that makes sense. So this is what the original MIDI sounded like. I actually saved it here because I think I wanna make some variations to it further down the track, maybe. And there you can hear the decay and the reverb, which I wanted to get rid of. And then I made this audio loop. The other two tracks are both from Analog Lab. The first one is the more interesting one. It's from Pigments, and it's playing this, I don't know if this is a melody or what this is, but it just works in the background with the piano. On its own, it sounds like this. We also have like Further and SSF to filter it in. I mean, Further is just reverb, but the SSF is used to filter the sound in with a low pass 18. It sounds kind of plain on its own, but have a listen to it with the piano. For some reason, it just works pretty well. And the last sound is kind of like a chord type thing, but it's just playing a couple of notes. It's a Stage 73. I don't know what it's modeling. Is it a Rhodes or like, I don't know. But it sounds like this. Also very plain on its own, but it works with the other elements, so that's why it's here. Alright, so those are all the elements, and that's all I have to say about them. They are very simple, and as I said in the intro, I do want to keep things simple this week. It's a good practice to try to make a track work very well with just like a limited amount of tracks. I'm not gonna set a limit for us this week as I did some weeks ago when we did the 10-track challenge, but I'll just try to follow the same philosophy of being very mindful of all the audio that I'm going to add and make sure that everything has a purpose. So that's the plan. I think I also said in the intro that I'll try to finish the track today. It's Monday, so we have a couple of days to work with. On Wednesdays, I release these videos. So if we are not able to do it today, I'll do it tomorrow, but I'll try to think that like I'm on a deadline and I have to finish it today, because I have a lot of other things to do as well, and it would be perfect for me to be able to finish the track today. And I think the idea is so solid and simple, and if I'm just able to keep it that way, I think we are able to make the track very quickly. So let's see how it goes. Let's get right to it. As the track is so far, I don't know if I have to add anything in the intro. We could add some sort of effect in this part, so maybe that's a good place to start. After that, we can just jump into the next sections. I am actually hearing a ride or something like that. Or we could even filter it in a way that we are doing with this sound. It could be pretty cool, and I think I'm gonna do something like this where it's hitting twice as fast. Could this be the place for a new piano melody that I mentioned? Let's see. Nah, it just doesn't work the same way. Alright, if I'm not easily able to find a new melody, I'm just gonna use the old one. I'm not gonna spend time on this. think I'm gonna resample this as well, because then we can do some cool reverse sweeps with the reverb of it. And actually, we maybe should add a bit more reverb anyway. All right, that's good. And then what I want to do is first like this, and then for the second half we are going to maybe copy this part and then just reverse it so it like swoops into the into the next section. I'm just gonna straight up delete this track, so I'm burning all the bridges of going back and tweaking stuff that don't really matter. All right, that's how it is. Let's take away the high end of the low end of the bass and then bring it back, because like the track is going to be pretty simple. So by adding these tiny movements into the few sounds that we have, I hope it's gonna keep things interesting. Not quite yet there. Okay, it's not working. Yeah, that doesn't work. Total waste of time. I mean, the obvious answer is to just continue the same way, but I'm afraid it's too boring. What that was. Alright, I think that's decent. The sound isn't the right though, so we'll have to find a better one for that. That's weird, but also kind of cool. Alright, it's too weird. I want to do something cool like that. It's too weird still. What do I have to do with it? Let's fix the melody first. Wait, where did I put the Kramit? Alright, completely wrong place. I'll maybe have to change this sound, but we'll keep it for now, and I'll do the change off camera after we've actually finished the track. If I'll even end up changing it, it could be that I'll just keep it after I get used to it. Alright, now let's figure this out. It cannot be like this. I ruined it. No, it just doesn't work. If I was even a vaguely musical person and I would like be able to, you know, work with chord changes and stuff, which should be like like a given thing for a musician, this would be the easiest thing in the world, but I am who I am and I'm just not able to figure it out. Anyway, let's keep working. I'll still try to finish the track today. I'll try to stay optimistic, although my camera is almost out of batteries and I need to eat something as well, but I can do this. Alright, let's forget about the chord change. We are not doing that. We'll just keep on doing the same thing in a boring way, because that's all I'm able to do. Dun, dun, dun. Keep the sound design complexity at a minimum, so so I'm able to do this. We slightly modulate the size knob in further to give it kind of a chorus type sound. I've never done this. Let's give it a go. Like 72 and then back to 69. That's actually pretty cool. Let's try a bit more even. Alright, that's not the best sound, but I think I'll try not to worry about it for now. Let's put a filter on the master channel. Okay, that could be it. Here we need like something more to fill everything. Like this is the high point of the track. This is not enough. All right, that's fine. I think we can end there. As I said in this section, tomorrow I'll add something more to make it even more clear that that's the high point or the chorus. It's not a chorus because usually chorus repeats, but you know what I mean. So I'll try to make it a bit thicker and bigger and whatever. Thank you so much again for spending all this time with me. It really means a lot to me. I can't say this enough. This silly little idea of mine of making one new track each week throughout 2025 was just something that I wanted to do for myself. And I thought, why not film it and show you the progression of me trying to improve as a producer. So if you have enjoyed it so far, that's like even you and not everyone else. That's enough for me. It's been super fun so far, and I hope you have enjoyed the series as well. What's also been fun is hearing other people's tracks on the Sixth Temple Discord server, which you can join as well if you're interested in making these weekly tracks with us. It's been amazing to see the progression and improvement of few other people as well who have decided to join this challenge with me, and it's been a very nice kind of community, small community project that we've been having. So if you would like to join for the rest of the year, we would love to have you on the server. Just follow the link in the description, and there you can share the tracks on every Wednesday as we do, but like you can share it on any other day as well. And you can even share like not every week, just like every month or whatever you want to do. So I would love to see you there. Be sure to join if you are interested. Speaking of being interested in my weird projects, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so below, and also while you're at it, press the like button. If you enjoyed the video, it helps in showing the video to other people as well. I don't even know if it does that, but it would be weird if it wouldn't. So, and also let me know in the comments what you think of the track. Would have you done something differently? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. I'm still very much learning, so if you have any tips and tricks for me, I would be very honored to hear them in the comments from you. I think that's all that I have to say for this week. Here is the full track that I will be finishing the production of tomorrow, and hopefully also the mixing and mastering. Again, today it's Monday, so I still have 2 days to go, thankfully, but let's see how I end up doing it. I'm pretty sure I'm able to turn it into a decent sounding master for you to listen in 10 seconds or so. Enjoy the track. I hope to do next week for week 39 of Project 52. It'll be fun. Maybe we'll end up doing something a bit more complex that we ended up doing this week. But hey, the results are pretty good anyway, so it really doesn't matter what you do with the production or how complex is it. It's just the ideas. I don't know why I'm still talking. Here's the track. Enjoy. I hope to see you next week. Until then, bye bye.